They're all permanent?
I'm an alternate, so I have to be.
You're going to be John Carroll's replacement.
Okay.
All right. Appointment of discussion of possible action for the application 1521 on Bislam, help me. Owner of the site plan amendment for renovations to the existing restaurant and liquor store on the property located at 560 through 564 Hot Meadow Street, Assessor's Map G12, Block 132, Lot 036, Zone B1. Is someone here to represent this?
I am.
Come
Yes.
up and
So I'm here on behalf of Benny. He's actually out of the country, so he asked tonight. I guess you have some like plans in front of you. They had said that they were looking to see some colors and that sort of thing. I do have the color of the stucco that we're using. It's a macaron sand that will actually be used in the front of the liquor store, the facade, where the sign will be. And it will also be, as you're looking at the liquor store, it'll be the left side of the building, closest to Green Tea. And then if you look on the back of the liquor store building, where he's actually gonna be putting in a one-bedroom studio apartment. The back of that is gonna be vinyl siding of the same color as the stucco.
but outside of this sign, there's nothing else happening to the facade of the building?
Of the front of the building?
Yeah.
So the front of the building is going to be the brick. It's gonna match the Benny's. It's all
Okay.
gonna be one.
That color you showed, that's the gable end?
Yeah.
The color I showed is the peak,
Yes, oh, okay.
yeah, where the sign is. And the sign itself is not being replaced. We're actually gonna keep the plastic part that's there. We're just gonna add the Arties.
So you're just gonna change the plastic film?
Exactly.
So not really changing
Where the
anything.
stucco is. I'm not sure if everybody has this, but you can see like he's doing all the same windows. It's gonna be that with that little brownish tint to it. And he'll also have the black aluminum windows with the brownish tint.
I was going to ask, you'll replace the window frames, right?
Correct,
The whole
it's
window
gonna be-
system is new,
It's all gonna
doors
be new.
okay.
Correct.
And the only reason why you don't want to use like vertical clapboards for that gable portion and you put this drive it is just because you don't want any maintenance, right? You
Correct.
don't want to come back and paint and maintain the wood siding.
Correct. And it's all gonna be brick.
Oh, the base, it's
Yeah.
brick with, yeah.
What's happening in the middle where the door is?
So the middle, that's that's dead space right now. That's where the liquor store had sort of blocked it off. So that's gonna be restaurant. So we're gonna open up,
John,
it's an 8-foot section.
Paul, there's another drawing there that shows what it is.
This is it right here. So
Gotcha. I gotcha.
Benny's
Okay.
is breaking through and they're gonna expand into there.
I thought it was that big already.
It's increasing the size nicely.
Yeah.
I think it's perfect. The only thing I'm
So
not
I have a
sure
question.
about the
Yes.
beige here.
Is
Can you make it darker or something?
currently the
Well,
liquor
that's what
store
she
building,
asked.
front to back, is one store.
Correct.
So this apartment is going up.
But I think it's how she's
It's not being added to the back of the liquor store building. It's
So the apartment is, if you look at the back of the liquor store now, there's actually like a,
We cannot.
cement, I guess porch, I would call it, with, it actually looks like a chain link fence that he had compressors on. That's where the apartment's gonna be.
If they wanted to paint that one.
He's actually.
So it is in addition to the back of the building?
It's already, it's,
Yeah. There's like a shed roof here, and it's all junky.
yeah, so he's gonna make that the one-bedroom studio apartment. And that's where the vinyl siding would be.
And the north wall, which is the left side, is that all brick?
The side closest to green
might be so
tea is
much
gonna be
better.
the stucco.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be the macaroon sand stucco.
What is it now?
Now it's just falling apart wood.
Mess.
Yeah.
It's this.
It's a mess,
On the left side, the north side?
yeah.
It's this, it, on this driveway side of Benny's is brick, right?
Yes.
Right, but I'm talking about, that's the south side, the north side, which is gonna be adjacent to the green tea property. Remember, we've seen their application and approved it, and they're gonna be about this close together anyway, but,
Yes, nobody will see that.
right.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
that's
gonna be
true. Are there
stucco.
plans to go down the green tea side?
What do you mean?
So we have this elevation here, right? Which
We
is,
have
which
the
is the
north
brick,
elevation.
is the piece that's alongside the green tea property.
Correct.
That goes towards the back. Is there any changes on that side?
No,
I think that's what you were asking, right?
I
But
just
again,
did-
those buildings are gonna be like
we're
4
not,
feet apart.
we're not
here.
going this way.
Right.
No, we're not
Yeah.
going this way at all.
You gonna repave the parking lot and back? You need,
We are. They actually took trees down. Benny had a bunch of trees removed back there. So he's gonna, in between Green Tea and Benny's now is where he took the trees down. He's gonna have someone come in and just re-landscape it, so it's not a mess. I mean, there's couches that were thrown in there. So there's gonna be 37 parking spots.
will there be a back entrance into Benny's from the parking lot?
No, just from the bike path.
From the,
But not into the back of the building, from the parking lot.
is there an entrance?
Yeah, there's a back.
No, is there an entrance to Benny's from the parking lot in the rear?
No. Into the restaurant, no. I mean, there is for employees, but not for customers.
Yeah, so you're gonna walk from the back parking lot up.
Yeah, and you go into
So
the
the
storage
customers
area.
get wet, but the employees don't.
Yeah, it's okay.
I mean, we actually don't enter through there. Only Benny and myself enter through there. The employees enter through the front door, but there is a door back there.
Okay.
So there's gonna be 37 parking spots. All travel is gonna be counterclockwise in the parking area, and they will provide arrows. They're gonna redo the entire parking lot, and it's gonna slope towards the back right of the property as shown in the arrows on the site plan. There will be no curb on this side of the parking lot, but they'll have additional stone filter strips.
Come in, go this way.
How many parking spots do you have right now?
37,
It's the same number.
same number. They're not
okay.
changing the number.
I assume you will redo the roof too, right?
We are, all existing, let's see, all roofing to be asphalt shingles with the charcoal color.
Wonderful, I like the charcoal thing. Now, why do you like, who picked, is it any reason you prefer that beige stucco color, or?
I think it was just a color that he and his engineer picked out. I think it matches the maroon pretty well that he has there now with the bennies.
Oh, I see, like the lintels above the windows?
Yeah,
Okay, I see,
I think they were trying to sort of
To
blend
match
everything together.
the lintels,
Yeah.
okay.
Any other questions?
Go.
If any other questions, do I have a motion to, on this,
I'll make a motion to approve
okay.
application 1521. And I'm sorry, I can't pronounce his name.
It's okay.
Owner for site plan amendment and renovations to the existing restaurant and liquor store on the property located at 560 to 564 Hot Meadow, Assessor's Map G12, Block 132, Lot 0336, Zone B1.
Second.
Just a note, the analysis with regard to the parking spot, the spaces that are provided, the addition of the apartment and the additional space for the restaurant hasn't been fully calculated by staff yet. So we just want to make sure that before it goes to zoning, which will be at their next meeting, we'll have done those calculations as well. So I think you've asked all the right questions as far as we're concerned, so just wanted to let you know that.
It hasn't gone too little parking spots, you think?
We don't know
But
exactly.
that's what you're looking at?
Yeah, exactly. It's the same number that's there now. We want to make sure that it complies, that they have adequate parking spaces, so I just want to make sure.
Is there space for additional? Should there be?
I don't
A need?
know.
How many spaces are there in the front
30.
across the?
Across-
8.
Yeah,
I
it
think
shows
it's
The
8.
front is rather difficult to get in.
Yeah, the precarious situation with the front is that we don't obviously want people backing out on the highway, or coming
Yeah.
close to that, so that's an issue. Applicant did mention about circulation in the parking lot. I'm not sure I totally understand that, but we'll take a look at that too and talk with you more about that to make sure that this condition remains safe, obviously. That's important. It is tight to the other buildings, so we want to make sure that that's.
And the only handicap is in the front there, right?
There's one van accessible handicap and then a regular handicap in front, yes.
It's always hard to enforce the circulation, but it's not a safety issue either way. I don't know what difference it would make, really.
We just want to make sure that there's adequate
Right.
spaces and that they're properly sized. That's just, thanks.
Right. Okay.
How do you pronounce your last name?
My name is different than from his.
No, Miss Lim, what's his last name?
Benny's last name, it's John Balash.
Okay, so not so hard.
Yeah.
It's been moved and seconded. Any other comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Correspondence? Hiram, anything?
No, I have nothing new at this time.
I see the Berkshire Bank is moving along quite nicely.
Moving along quite nicely. The structure looks bigger than I thought it was going to look.
Okay.
But perhaps when
I
they,
had comments about how do you get in there?
yeah, same curb cuts that were there before.
Yeah.
I've had several comments from other people in other towns wanting to know, what is it, so
Yeah.
it caused a number
At
of.
least it's not another gas station.
Well, exactly, and I think that initially, I talked to them about trying to put the drive-through in the rear, and the circulation just
It
not.
is, yeah, it is in the rear, yeah.
Well, it's kind of on the same side as McDonald's, it's kind of on that side, as opposed to the back of the building. But they couldn't get enough stacking behind there because it would have obstructed the driveway, so I lost that one, but anyway. But as I
Right
say-
now, that stone veneer looks a little
Out of place.
scary, but I'm sure by the time it will be all finished and done,
Hopefully it'll be nice.
Yeah, it
I think
should
they'll be
look
back with some more a landscaping plan and a sign application sometime in the near future, so we'll see what happens.
They're gonna be real soon. Or they're not gonna make it.
Yeah, it'll be pretty soon, I suspect it will.
You know, that, can I change the subject?
Yeah.
Watching Cumberland Farms.
That's what I was gonna ask
go
about.
by every day. That, I did over Hayes Landing over in Carrollville. Those buildings are monster buildings. I had a 65-foot long 10 by 10 ridge beam, which means that at some point there was a 125-foot sawmill around here in order to produce it. But as I look at the building, I wish we made them cut another 10 feet off that building.
I wish we never approved it.
But I mean, it's, now that I see it visually,
It's big.
I haven't been over there.
yeah, they're really zooming, they're really doing a hell of a job. And I got a boot out of watching them, do the work on the old building, because I had some experience with
Well, Initially,
huge beams.
trying to preserve as much of that building as possible was important, to try to do that possible. It's interesting that you should say that they should have removed 10 more feet. You think it's just a proportion thing?
No, I just think, it's kind of mooted, visually, you'd see the Cumberland Farms a little better, I suppose.
Yeah.
But
Where is that?
uh,
I can't put words.
it looks fine, it looks fine to me, I just,
But I hope the building comes out as nicely as the plans for that building show anyway.
yeah.
And trying to obstruct the view of the convenience store from the north at least anyway.
Well, from an old contractor's point of view, it's kind of interesting, they were able to stage the front of it by using the floor of the part they were gonna remove, so,
It's a big building, there's no question about that.
yeah.
Really big.
That's an old tobacco, is that an old tobacco barn?
That used to actually be where they would do the wrappers.
Oh,
They would do the wrapping there, so the inside of that particular
Same as was
structure.
true over in Terriffill. Then it ultimately became a dormitory.
Yeah, we've got a lot of, I guess, a pretty nice interior woodwork that, compared to some of the other barns. That's what it used to be. And the owner, I believe, initially used to keep some of his cars actually in the basement
Yeah,
because
he
it
had
was,
Teddy Roosevelt's Packard down there.
Yeah.
Had the car that he inaugurated.
The development at the Ensign House, are any of that moving along at all?
they have come in with an application for tax abatement for that, which is being considered by the First Selectman's office right now. So they've asked that be considered. They would like to move forward this year. We'll see what happens with that. I hope they do. But I don't know anything more than that right now.
Okay.
As you know, they had an internal reorganization
Because of Jackson?
because of Jackson's
Yes, yeah,
passing,
yeah.
yeah. So,
Okay.
but that's all we have right now. That's,
And Big Y is somewhere out there in the cloud, they're in the cloud, right?
all I can tell you is that my last understanding with them is that they said they were gonna start in the spring, and this, I assume they mean the spring of next year.
Are you
That's
sure?
what I can do. No, I'm not.
Maybe it's 17 or 18.
Well, eventually, they will run out of time with their permit. And so unless the commission, the zoning commission is convinced that the reason for the delay is warranted, they don't have to grant an extension. So that's a chance that they're taking. They've got a year or two left on that, so see how that goes. But I hope it moves forward fairly quickly. We do know, though, that the southern 6 acres of that same parcel, that is from
Wagner?
where Sunrise is up to, has been purchased. And so that application will come in sometime in the near future, sometime probably early fall.
It's by the restaurant?
Correct?
Yeah, okay.
Yep, he's right.
Did you know what these plans to do there?
I've seen sketches of a couple of different commercial operations. There's
Okay.
no residential as part of this. Some
Okay.
people will be glad to hear that. The old house will be preserved. Exactly what that'll ultimately be, maybe an upscale restaurant later on, not sure.
Okay.
Sunrise will be significantly upgraded in terms of how it looks. At one time, I talked to them possibly even putting a second floor on that building and doing something else with offices above it, but I'm not sure that they're gonna go in that direction either. So there'll be a couple other small commercial structures in there as well, and they're working with DOT already to find out exactly how they get in and how they get out, so that that doesn't hold up the process once they get their approvals. So that should be early fall when that comes in.
And all the powder forest stuff, if that's just sort of hanging loose right now?
Well, right now, the Powder Forest PAD, you mean?
Yeah.
As you know, the first lot in there, as you go up Powder Forest on the right-hand side, that was the commercial portion that Ensign Realty,
Yeah.
Bickford Realty had. Haven't heard any more about that right now. There is, the second portion of that is an assisted living facility that we took a preliminary look at before. They'll be back in very shortly with sort of an updated, more specific plan of what that looks like. That plan has actually grown a lot because their marketing studies indicate that there is more room for that particular use in the area. And I haven't seen any detailed plans in it yet, but they have, their consultants have been in, they've talked with us about the fact that the structure will be able to house assisted living, skilled nursing, and an Alzheimer's unit as well. So they have 3 particular uses in that facility, so it'll be a good-sized structure as well.
And that's the same, that facility is the same as an Avon on Route 10?
You
Your
know,
help track?
I don't know much detail about the one in Avon, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I suspect,
One behind the Harry Gray,
no, I know what you mean.
that's an
Yeah,
Alzheimer's, yeah.
this is probably gonna be a combined
Okay.
facility. I think the thing is so large, actually, that I suspect that they will probably have some below-grade parking as part of it, just in order to make it fit on the site properly. So that should be in, we hope, early this fall as well. So,
Minutes, approval of minutes of May 18th.
Motion to approve.
Any comments about the minutes? Is there a second? Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
That's it?
Motion to adjourn.
All those in favor?
Second.
thank you very much.
That's a record, I think. Would you put me down as the record?
I think it's a record.
I'm sorry to hear that. It was much